Alright, I know what y'all are probably thinking right now. Gee, that was a pretty Mudahar intro. Is there some serious allegations about to be brought up? No. Is this another YouTuber exposed video? No. Is this more YouTube drama? No. Is this a video talking about our Lord and Savior? No. Honestly, I just wanted to put that little disclaimer at the beginning because I'm not exactly sure if this individual I'm going to be talking about would seep low enough as to try and file a false copyright claim. With that being said, this is not a video that has the intentions of like exposing some terrible things that they've done. It's just a thing that I wanted to talk about because I feel like they need to be said. And by the way, I don't even think he even did anything that could be considered bad behind the scenes, so don't get that idea either. So this YouTuber is called Yellow's JYT. Another small animation channel who enjoys making videos about characters fighting one another to see who would win. This is not a video discussing him as a person, it's a video that is discussing the type of content that he creates, because some of the practices that he uses to run his channel I don't find very good. Let me just show you what I mean real quick. The majority of his videos are all battle animations, however, a large portion of those battle animations are mostly spite matches or videos that were made specifically to trigger or make certain people angry, and with only a small handful being like actual passionate matchups. Scrolling through his channel, you will find an abundance of videos that are mostly having a super powerful character, like a Marvel character, going up against a weak character that the fan base thinks is super strong just because he wants to piss them off. Such as this video, for example, Siren Head vs. Galactus. Notice the flashing lights warning. The reason for that is because the entire video consists of literally just 2 seconds of Galactus shooting an energy ball at a really tiny siren head. After that, the rest of the video is literally 40 whole seconds of flashing lights over a still image on the screen while the same explosion sound effect plays on loop until the video ends. I will not show any footage of that video because it's a literal safety hazard, but it's literally just a video designed to try and piss off Trevor Henderson fans who think Siren Head happens to be super powerful or something, and he put no thought behind it, he put no passion behind it. Literally the only reason he made it was because he wanted to get fanboys angry because he didn't like their ideologies. And that's just a small portion of it. There is literally hundreds of videos on his channels that are exactly like that, where it's literally just a popular character gets beaten by other powerful character because screw the fanboys. Sometimes it's even the other way around, where he takes popular character and has them being one-shot in a humiliating way by very weak character because he wants to trigger the fanboys. Now, it's not uncommon to make fun of toxic fan bases from time to time, but he does it way too much. It's like every other video he uploads, it's always him trying to either trigger fanboys or quote-unquote debunking other people's ridiculous claims, most of the time in very rude and distasteful ways. He will also often directly attack other people because of their bad research or something, literally not hesitating to directly insult them and call them names such as fantards in his titles or videos. And sometimes he'll even take it a step further where he animates an OC that one person he doesn't like made, or literally straight up taking their profile pictures and having a fictional character kill them in one shot. Like this video here, Enderman vs 3 DBS tards. The video consists of an Enderman literally just ripping apart the profile pictures of 3 people who I assume he got into an argument with and was salty because they said Dragon Ball Super was more powerful than he thinks it is. Or this video, Rexo explains himself. I have no idea who Rexo is, but I assume that this is a guy who he also got into an argument with and was mad because he thinks that Five Nights at Freddy's or something is like way more powerful than it actually is, so he made this video to spite him. The video is all about a poorly drawn head of, I assume, this Rexo person's OC or online persona and making him say stuff that makes him look dumb. Going into detail about how he supposedly can't handle a loss when debating and how he thinks that Five Nights at Freddy's is like omnipotent and that Sonic is the most powerful character in the world with this really derpy expression on his face that looks like the derp dude from Rage Comics. Now, this is just my opinion. Maybe you guys have different viewpoints on this, but I personally don't think it's very responsible as a YouTuber to go and actively attack people in such a manner or to deliberately try to make people angry almost every other day simply because you don't agree with their research or their logic when it comes to debating fictional battles. But what if I told you that he even takes it a step further and doesn't even bother to research his videos and lets his bias decide who wins in the fights? Remember how in the Rexo video he mocks him because he supposedly does not do research? Well, what if I told you that Jay actually said himself on Discord that he doesn't do research to his battles either and he only makes the characters he wants to win? Thank you to Nick Edits, by the way, for providing the screenshot. Now you're probably thinking, well, why does that matter? He just wants to make videos. Well, who cares if he doesn't do research? And the problem with that is that he actually tries to convince his viewers that he does do research, when he really doesn't. Like, for example, literally just a couple days ago at the time of me recording this, he uploaded a video debunking somebody in the comment sections who disagreed with the outcome of a battle video he made. And instead of telling this individual that the battle was non-researched, he first mocked him with a meme. Then he presented a tier on the power chart that he thinks Archie Sonic is at, followed by screenshots from Versus Battles Wiki as further evidence. And no offense to the folks who run Versus Battles Wiki, but in the debate community it's pretty much well known that Versus Battles Wiki is not usually the best place to go when looking for accurate information on a character. And this is heavily implying that Versus Battles Wiki is Jay's main and only source of information since he didn't provide any other form of information from other sources other than Versus Battles Wiki here. So not only is he leading his viewers on in believing that he's actually doing research, but it implies that he's also doing lazy and unreliable research as well. If we take a look at YouTube's terms of service, I believe this falls under the category of deceptive practices, under the category of manipulated media, which is content that has been technically manipulated or doctored in a way to mislead users. Just think about it. Making your audience believe that you're doing research during a battle when really you just made whoever you wanted to win is pretty deceptive, wouldn't you say? Now don't get the wrong idea here. I do not at all think that Jay needs to be deplatformed or anything crazy like that. It just really cuckles my knuckles because his viewer base is so quick to assume that what he says is correct and agree with almost everything that he posts. Like literally in the comment sections of every one of his videos, you'll find so many people that are agreeing with the outcome, being like, this is so accurate, it's so true, when really the research is both non-existent and not very good for when he's trying to make it seem existent. And now let us move on to one of the final things that I want to talk about him, and that is this. Anim Dude versus Annoying Dog. I'm sure most of you know by now about what happened to Scott Cawthon and how he is now retired from being the owner of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, and how he was attacked online, doxxed, and had people threaten to come to his house, which put his entire family at fear for their own safety. I just think that this is very disrespectful to Scott Cawthon because this video is very recent and it took place after all of this stuff came out about the horrible things that Scott had to suffer through. I just think it's very disrespectful of Jay to post a video where Anim Dude, aka a character that Scott personifies himself as, is being killed in a humiliating way to Annoying Dog, who Toby Fox personifies himself as. And literally the video is just Anim Dude getting one shot by Annoying Dog because of a freaking bark. So after Scott gets cyberbullied, doxxed, and having people threaten the safety of his family, Jay just goes ahead and decides to make a video of his persona being killed by a bark. Now there's something that I'm sure you guys are probably thinking, well, what if Jay didn't know about all this drama that was going on with Scott at the moment? Maybe he just made this video to be another haha funny Five Nights at Freddy's fanboy gets triggered thing. And yeah, that probably was the point of the video. However, I do have some suspicions about the probability of that. First off, the video made me kind of upset, so I called him out on his blatant disrespect for the situation, and his response was that he never noticed that. I assume he means he didn't know about that. So that should be an indication that this was just poorly timed on his part and that he actually didn't know about the drama with Scott. But I got word from some of my friends that they weren't able to see my comment in his comment sections of this video. At first I thought maybe YouTube was just being dumb and it wasn't loading my comment correctly, but multiple people insisted that they looked through the comments and my comment was gone. I went back and checked and my comment was still there along with his response, so I didn't know what to think. But then they suggested that maybe Jay was hiding my comment. And to test out that theory, I had another friend of mine by the name of Kieran King go and take screenshots of every single comment in that comment section. The reason he took screenshots instead of recorded was because he was on mobile and didn't have a screen recorder. But he went through every comment from top to bottom, and my comment did not show up once there. So that's a little sus. Also, if you remember Nick Edits from the screenshot, he too left a comment on that same video calling him out on his disrespect for Scott, and when I went back and looked at it, you're looking at my screen recording from my computer, scrolling through comments right now, his comment did not show up either. And furthermore, if you remember from the first screenshot, Kieran left a comment too, and when I scrolled through it, if you were paying attention, you'll notice that his comment also didn't show up. Things are really not looking good for Jay right now, so I just wanted to see if I could get an answer from him. So I went back into my comment, I replied to him and asked if he was hiding people's comments, to which he never replied. And so I decided to do a little experiment of my own. I decided to go on to one of his more recent videos and comment something positive, and see how long it takes before he notices me. It took a whole 1 minute for him to notice my comment on that video and heart it, so my question is, if you're that fast to know when somebody comments on your videos, then why have you taken so long and still not responded back to my simple yes or no question? Something's up, Jay. Something's up. I smell suspicion in the air. Now, does this exactly prove 100% that he's hiding people's comments? I guess not, but considering that multiple people have their comments missing to where only they can see them and nobody else can, I think it pretty much makes the probability that he's hiding people's comments is pretty big. Which I think is even more disrespectful if you ask me, because people are calling him out for his disrespectfulness towards Scott and his situation he's dealing with right now, and what does he do with those people? He hides those comments so that nobody can see them. And this next part leads into the last thing I want to talk about. I was not originally going to include this part because, like I said before, I did not intend for this video to be a exposed video, but my friend Kieran King was very passionate about this topic and really wanted me to include it, so I'm doing this for you, buddy. A long time ago, Kieran made a sprite sheet that was about the devil from Cuphead and posted it to his Discord server. And it turns out that Jay came in from right under his nose, took that sprite sheet, edited it, and then uploaded it to his DeviantArt page without Kiernan's permission. He didn't even bother to credit Kiernan. Art theft. So that wraps up everything that I wanted to talk about Yellow's JYT, aka Homie J. Uh, like I said, this is not meant to be like some sort of huge exposition to try and ruin his life or anything. I do not want that. I just hope that he changes his ways and starts being a bit more responsible and more respectful on his platform is pretty much it. And Jay, if you happen to come across this video and are watching it this far, all I can ask is that you try to get better. I really do want your channel to succeed because it has a lot of potential. Maybe stop focusing on negative stuff, like don't post so many videos that are designed just to spite fans or people who have bad research that you got in an argument with, and maybe focus more on animations that you enjoy making and are passionate about, because your videos will be so much better, so much more enjoyable than just making a 2-second long clip of a character that you don't like getting one shot in a humiliating way, just despite the fan base or despite the people who think that they're more powerful than they actually are. Just try to improve yourself is all I'm saying, Jay. And also, as always, I do not condone the harassment of other people, so do not go to Jay or anyone's channel that was shown in this video and harass them. I absolutely hate that kind of behavior, and if you do that, you have no respect from me. And that about wraps it up. For those who are aware, we reached the 20k like goal, and the Trollface vs. Trolls movie is now in production, so stay tuned for that. I might have a trailer out for you pretty soon. And also, I've got some other animations that I'm working on right now, so be excited for some of those upcoming videos. And that is pretty much it. Goodbye. Also, what the heck is going on here? I'm playing Minecraft with the Friday Night Funkin' mod, if you couldn't already tell, and there's like a million zombie villagers just surrounding Demon Sarvante right here. Is this a cult or something? Why is there so many zombie villagers? Not even regular zombies. It's specifically zombie villagers that are just crowding around her. It, uh, this is strange. I think there's a cult going on. Also, just a bit of advice, if you ever try to fight Cervante in her final form with just stone tools and no armor, you are frickin' screwed.